Welcome back, 12th of February 2025, and we are back with another topic. So, I have been realizing a lot of things about myself recently, and and of course about life as well. That's what happens when you're learning, right? You are always in a state of realization to actually live a more fulfilled life. And what I noticed is that perfectionism can be a really dangerous thing. I mean, it can also be useful if you can control it, but if you can't and if you let it capture you, then it might be a problem. Because what I realized is that for most of the aspects of our lives, we don't have to be perfect. And we can't be perfect in this first place, but we're going to talk about that later. We can't actually reach that perfectionism state. We can't actually be perfect. And we also don't have to be perfect. We just have to be here. Because presence is more achievable and more valuable than being trying to be perfect. Because no matter how hard we try, we will always be flawed. We can't be 100% all of the times. At certain times, we can perform better. At certain times, we can perform worse. In time, of course, we will improve in the things that we do, and we will do them in a more refined level, but still, we can never reach that perfect state. But if we are always in this presence state where we are not obsessing about the result itself, but being able to captivate ourselves into the process of doing that thing, that's a much more valuable place to be rather than trying to be perfect. And this does not have to be about your goals or your purpose and anything. This can be applied to simple things as well. For example, let me give an example from myself. When I'm having conversations, I sometimes try to pick the perfect sentences, pick the perfect answers, and try to always lead the conversation. And when I get into this state, I'm getting away from the presence because I'm thinking about making the perfect conversation. Even the simplest thing, like having a conversation, my perfectionism kicks in. And when I notice that, I just take a step back and I tell myself that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to say the perfect things. You don't have to think about the perfect answers. You just have to be here and listen to what the other people are saying. That's all you need to become a better conversationalist as well. Presence is the most important thing. In everything you do, the more present you are, the better you do that thing. Of course, you might want to work on improving your skills. Of course, you can train certain skills. You might read more. You might maybe practice speaking to a camera alone so that you are more fluent with your conversations. Or you might try to improve your mindset and learn new things so that you can actually have more refined thoughts and more refined points to make while you're speaking with people. And that also makes you a better conversationalist. But while speaking to people, if you constantly think about these things that you're trying, or if you constantly think about getting that perfect result, you're not going to be present and you're not going to sound like you're there, and the conversation will not flow. It will naturally stop, it will naturally cut down. Because being present while doing the actual thing is the most important part. This the same thing applies for training for maybe martial arts as well. In training, you are trying to improve certain things. You're trying to throw your punches with a better technique. You are trying to improve the strength of your punches. But when it comes to the actual fight, the most important thing is your presence. You're being there. You're being focused at your opponent and what you're gonna do. And still, you can't be perfect in that as well. So first of all, the first point is that it's actually never possible to reach that 100% point. Even if you're doing something really good, you're really good at something, you will still make mistakes. The biggest champions in the world when it comes to boxing still lose. It's very hard to find someone who doesn't lose, who doesn't fail. it's hard to find a great conversationalist making a stupid joke or making a stupid mistake while speaking, because this is normal. This is normal. And when you attach to this, if you attach to that state of perfectionism a lot, you will always feel like you need to perform, even in the places that you don't need to perform. You just need to enjoy your moment, enjoy your presence. But if you keep being stuck at this presence state, it will sorry, if you keep being stuck at this perfectionist state, I'm sorry, I told wrong at the first time. If you keep being stuck at this state, it will capture you even at the things that you should not be worrying about anything. Like playing pool with your friends, this perfectionism can capture you, and basically it would take away all of your fun from yourself, because you would constantly think, oh, what move should I do next? What ball should I put in next? How can I make my opponent less advantageous in the next move? Like, you will start to think about all of these things rather than being present there and enjoying your moment with your friends or your loved ones. So yeah, perfectionism can be a good tool when it comes to working for certain things, like for training, for studying. It might give you some extra boost to work a couple more hours, do a couple more slides, read some more materials, or maybe train an extra day in that week, which will, of course, would boost your performance and boost your journey, and it will help your purpose. But if you let it fully capture yourself, that's kind of problematic, because it takes away from your presence. And what I'm understanding from life, with the things that I experience and things that I learn from books and podcasts and everything, and the conversations that I have with the people around me, is that presence is the most important thing when it comes to actually doing something good. Not being perfect, not being 100% all the time, not being obsessed over performing, just being present and being there. That's why I don't use any scripts for my videos. I can show you around. I'm not going to show you my home, of course, but there are no scripts, there are no papers, because I don't like to be stuck thinking about certain things when I record these videos as well. I just want to be present, and I just want to talk about the things that I want to talk about that are coming up from my mind. So even while recording this video, I can feel that this presence is the one thing that is helping me create a valuable content. And every aspect of our lives, the same applies. Presence is the most important thing. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be here. Yep, that was kind of a short video. That was like some thoughts that I had been thinking about last couple of weeks, and I wanted to share these with you. I think they're valuable insights, and I want everyone to understand the value of being present, how important it actually is, because most people are not aware of how being present can actually take them to the next level that they always aim for. And our current decade is filled with a lot of things that are actually very harmful for our presence, like the social media and some other bad addictions that we talked about in the previous videos as well, so I'm not going to get into them. But being able to get to a presence state is going to save you from living a life that you do not desire. So yeah, thank you for listening, and that's all for today. Catch you on the next one.